Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It in the year 2020. Today I'm going to put in a couple of windows on the framing that we did in the loft area, and I'm going to frame in this end of the off-grid barn. Man, that insulation this summer made such a difference in the off-grid barn. It was 2 inches of high-density spray foam. I only did the ceiling area, I didn't do the wall area, and it made probably, I would say, a 15 to 18 degree difference on one of the days that I had checked it. It wasn't scientific. I didn't use one of those heat gun monitors or anything. It was just a simple thermometer that you hang on the wall. But it definitely made it feel cooler in there. It made it tolerable to work in there. And it doesn't look too bad. Now, the overspray from the company was a bit frustrated when I had to clear all this off before I could start the framing. But again, I had to remind myself of what a blessing it was to have that in there this summer. This summer was a hot one. Real stagnant, very wet, but just real still air when it wasn't raining. Got it all cleaned up. It took me quite a while to get it cleaned up. Once I got it cleaned up, I went to work framing. So, I can't complain though. I took a couple of weeks off, hung out in the city with my son and his girlfriend. We had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. They ended up getting me a dehydrator and a meat cutter / grinder for Christmas. That thing is just so cool. I dehydrated. You go to the store and buy the little halo oranges, and you cut them in thin slices and put them in that dehydrator. It's like pulling out a piece of orange candy. It is absolutely delicious. Anyway, I dehydrated a whole bunch of fruit, and then I put a couple of recipes together for beef jerky. So I'll have to post a video of me doing that. But man, it was just delicious. What a great, great present. So, I don't know, if y'all had a present that just stands out in your mind over Christmas, leave it in the comments below. Also, if you like my videos or you think I need to change something, go ahead and leave those comments as well. I'm always open for some kind of guidance because, quite honestly, I don't have a clue what I'm doing with this channel other than just documenting my progress in my off-grid barn. Crazy hobby. Retire from the fire department to build this little homestead / barn / garden. Anyway, moving on. These little corners are pretty tricky, but you have to remember there is no structural function of these walls that I'm putting up. They are there to hold windows in place and siding and whatnot. The actual structure to the barn was what was put up by the company a couple years ago when we actually had this barn built. So it's a matter of kind of cutting things in around it. So you can attach your siding, you can put your windows in, you can put your doors in, you know, and just have it comfortable. And you can pull animals in if you need to pull animals in, keep them out of hurricanes or, you know, really bad weather. I do have to say, probably the most beneficial thing that I have done other than the spray foam insulation was going ahead and picking up that wood stove and putting that wood stove in. I've only had a few cold days where it even warranted having it run, but it does a fantastic job of heating it up and taking the dampness out. Now I'm almost finished with this gabled end wall. In the center up there, I'm actually going to put another 12 volt RV fan to vent out that side of it during the summer. And then the siding will go up, and I'm probably gonna spray foam insulate the inside walls or the exterior walls, but inside the barn, just like I did on the Easy Shed. It's pretty easy to do, and it came out halfway decent. Now I'm just finishing everything up here in place, and then, as I promised last time when we left off with the other video, I was going to show you how I took my floor lamp which was a 110 volt Fuller lamp, and convert it to a 12 volt Fuller lamp. It's actually pretty easy, and it came out absolutely fantastic. These little stud bushings, I'm actually putting in all of these stud walls where I'll have wires running through. That way it'll just keep them from inadvertently getting nicked. Alright, so this is the wiring a regular floor lamp, 110 floor lamp, as a 12 volt. So the first thing that you're going to do is bring your positive and your negative from your battery over. I'll just slide that little bugger up in there. Alright. And we'll go ahead and get that off of there. And then you're going to treat it just like you would if you were wiring 110. So positive on 110, or your black always goes on here. So we're going to make the positive side positive. This would be your neutral, or like your negative. There is no ground when you're doing 12 volt. Alright, so your positive from your batteries are going in here. Now, I bought these plugs specifically with the little side feed on it, so I could cut off my lamp plug and put a different plug adapter on there that would feed one going to the left and right or horizontal, and the other one vertical. The logic in this is there's going to be a 12 volt bulb up in the lamp, and I'm going to have a 110 plug next to this should we want to plug something in for 110 down the road. Even though everything is pretty much 12 volt, you know, I am setting it up. Say somebody comes to visit, they need to plug in something that's 110, they'll have the 110. Alright, so get that little bugger in there. Oops. Okay, so now we have the 12 volt back in there. This was a 110 floor lamp. I just cut off the old plug, and I took one side and tied it into here, and the other side and tied it into here. I ended up having to cut this ground off, which it does not matter when you're dealing with 12 volt, in order to get this to actually fit the plug. Whoops, switch it over. So I wanted it one going horizontal, one going vertical. So I couldn't inadvertently plug this into a 110 plug because I'm going to have a 12 volt bulb in the floor lamp. So once you get it stripped, you tie your positive in one side, your negative in the other. It really does not matter. Then you just simply slide. This has the little edge here, so you find your little feed on the inside of here, which is right here. That way it'll slide straight down in. There we go. Whoop! This is going to kick my butt. This is harder than being up there on the doggone scaffolding doing this thing. Okay. So we're just tightening everything down. There. You have this little grommet that goes over the end of it, and then two screws that will tighten down on the collar of it. Whoops. All right. And so there, whoops, there's your 12 volt on there. 12 volt plug. Go ahead and plug it in. It will only go into this particular style of an outlet. All right, and here I just turned the lamp on so I could go over and put the fuse back in, and here is me putting the fuse in and out. Alrighty then, so there you have it. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Wish you all a very happy 2020. We'll see you next time on How I Did It. Have a blessed day.